All right, so Tim Pool threw a little temper tantrum on his podcast yesterday, and it was one of the cringiest moments I've seen in a while. His chat kept spamming him to talk about the Eliza Blue situation, which they've been trying to get him to talk about for over a week now, and he's refused to address it. But he finally did on his podcast last night because the fans got to him, I guess, and he just had a meltdown. It was hilarious. This guy sounded so out of it. First, he started getting all mad at his fans because everybody was asking him to talk about this, and then people are doing super chats asking him, and he started reading them, and they're like, I'm going to cancel my membership if Tim doesn't address this. It's getting ridiculous at this point. And Tim's like, all right, just leave. I'm not going to listen to you. And then Tim gave the most bizarre take on the whole situation. He believes there's some conspiracy theory where Eliza paid some PR firm to help promote her, and this is the way of doing it. And now all these people spamming in his chat are just paid bots, I guess, to promote her. And he just sounded so stupid. Like, I could not believe what I was hearing. I'm like, no way he actually believes this. And I don't know if he actually does. I think he might be trying to say this because he's trying to spin it like, the reason I didn't talk about her is because it's just making her more famous. Like, all publicity is good publicity. He even says that. And he's saying, like, all the people in the chat, they're just promoting her. They're doing the opposite of what they're trying to do.
Scroats McGoat says, last night as a member, if Tim doesn't disavow Eliza tonight, get the out, Scroats McGoat. You can cancel right now and see you later. You will never wave money in my face and make me disavow anybody, especially someone I care so little about, Eliza Blue. She's been on the show 2 times. If you're going to cancel because I won't do what you say, you shouldn't have been here in the first place. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. All right, what else do we got? DJ Zeno says, unsubbed on members only after over a year. Here's $5 FU for, I'm pretty bummed. Thought you stood against censorship. Hope you change. See you later, buddy. Look, sad to see you go, but I will never cater to a mob. And that's it. End of story. Eliza Blue is not important. She's not important to me. She's not a member of Congress. She doesn't enact policy. She is a low-tier internet personality that for some reason people are desperately obsessed with. And I literally don't care. So have a nice day.
I got to say this. If someone got banned off Twitter or any platform for a reason other than violating the terms of service, that's a big deal and should be taken up and will be if it happened with the Twitter administration or the administration of the social network. But the personal stuff it's like, no offense, TMZ garbage. It's like National Enquirer. I mean,
it's so funny that he's trying to act like the reason he's not talking about her is because she's a nobody. Yet he's had her on his podcast twice. He just had her on a month ago. And one of his reporters was talking about doing a story on her before this information even came out, like before people even exposed her. So clearly to Tim, she's a somebody. Like, that's why he had her on his podcast and was promoting her. And they're trying to make it seem like it's just some petty drama that TMZ would be covering. Like, why would Tim talk about this? He's a real journalist. Like, it's hilarious because this is a pretty big story. It's bigger than most of the stuff Tim covers. Like, this girl used her influence at Twitter to have people locked out of their accounts because she didn't like what they're saying. She didn't like that they're exposing her. Clearly that's a problem here. And Tim is the guy who loves talking about censorship on social media and Twitter and everything. But now if it's somebody that he's associated with, he wants nothing to do with it. Like, if this were somebody else, if this were somebody on the left doing this to people on the right, censoring them, he'd be all over it. He would have made 10 videos about it. But since it's somebody he knows, he wants nothing to do with it. He just sounds like such a joke here, trying to act like he's above all this by saying like, oh, she's not a politician. She's not a congresswoman. Why do I care what she's doing? She's nothing. This is just some petty drama. I have better things to talk about. I cover real news stories, like this video of a massive woman eating off her belly like a table. That's real journalism right there. Or MILF Manor. Is that more important to talk about, Tim? It seems like he enjoys covering this reality TV show drama type stuff. Like, the Eliza Blue thing, at least that's a real news story. Like, she is some reality TV show wannabe person. But Tim's talking about MILF Manor here. He also talked about that girl who's 23 who looks like she's 8. Like, that's a reality TV show. He loves talking about this kind of drama. Like, this Eliza Blue thing should be right up his alley.
I will cancel my membership because you're not talking about someone no one ever heard of. It's like, dude, I get that you know who she is. But you know what's funny about Jack Murphy and Eliza Blue is that here's what happens. People ask questions about these personalities, and I know most people listening are like, I have no idea who these people are, and that's exactly it.
I love that he's saying this when he just had Eliza on his podcast. And Jack Murphy, he was like a regular guest. He was on his podcast like every other day. And he made so much money from Tim's audience. So clearly his audience knows of them. And it's probably good to inform your audience that these people could be grifters and scamming them. Like, obviously that's a good thing to do here. It's kind of insulting to his audience here. I mean, he insults them so much in this video. It's crazy. Like, trying to act like they're stupid enough to believe that this is some PR stunt.
What I think is going on, to be completely honest, is that the people who are claiming they hate her are actually probably a paid reputational firm to promote her. So that's why I brought this up last week. There are companies you can hire that will spam the internet to generate buzz and attention for you. There's no such thing as bad press. So when I see people like flooding our comments and saying things that aren't true, like I'm canceling my membership, I can see who's canceling the memberships. I think that many of these people, I think two things are happening. One, a lot of it's inorganic promotion of Eliza Blue. A ton of content flooding the internet, bringing up a personality no one's ever heard of, makes her instantly famous to even the likes of, 9-time Grammy nominee John Rich, who's not heard of her. Mm-hmm. That's the point. They want us to talk about her because they're being paid to generate controversy. They either want to, that's why it doesn't matter if we say anything good or bad.
Yeah, it stays
if we say, look, we're doing the story, Shane Cashman's, nope, it's bad. Mm-hmm. We say, okay, we're not going to talk. Oh, nope, now it's bad. I think it's a PR campaign. In order, I think people are being paid to promote her.
Yeah, it keeps you in the cycle, basically.
That's right. She's never been more famous because of
Right.
this.
If Tim actually believes this, he is the dumbest person ever. Like, this is the most delusional take. Are you crazy? Does he actually believe this? That Eliza paid some firm to what? Destroy her career? Like, if she actually did that, if she's trying to get famous and she paid some PR firm, they did the worst job imaginable. Like, everyone's talking about her, but not in a good way. And all publicity is not good publicity. Just ask Def Noodles. Look at that guy. That dude, he had everybody talking about him. Moist Critical made 2 videos about him that probably have over 10 million views. People are making all kinds of videos about him, getting millions of views. It destroyed his career. The guy has no viewers now. And just look at Eliza's social blade for her Twitter account. She's losing, on average, probably 1,000 followers a day. So, good job. That really helped her. And yeah, more people are talking about her right now. More people are aware of her, but not in a good way. Like, people just know she's a grifter now and a scammer. And there's no way she's going to be able to do anything with this kind of attention. Like, after this, who is going to have her on their podcast? Who's going to try to promote her? Nobody's going to want anything to do with her.
There's a massive campaign from high-profile personalities to promote and make Eliza Blue famous. She has stated she wants to be famous, even to Shane Cashman, and so they're coming and spamming us with comments to force us to talk about her like we are right now to make her more famous.
Yep.
It's working, and I was like, let's not go anywhere near this because someone's getting paid. It's a PR stunt, and it's working.
Yep.
There you go, guys. I've addressed it. Have a nice day. And then all of these other people who I know, like, who have been members of this channel are saying like, why won't you get on board? Bro, you are walking right into a PR game. I talked about how they do this. They're called reputation management firms. You go to them and you say, how much money to make me a star? And they'll say, we're going to do a two-front thing. We're going to say you're fighting a good fight, but you got controversy. That way we get you on both fronts. People will defend you, people will oppose you, and this will result in high-profile outlets. The Daily Beast will write about you. You're going to get a bunch of, grifter channels are going to start talking about you, drama channels, big YouTubers. We will make you famous, and it'll cost you $100,000. And there you go. Congratulations, everybody. You did exactly what the money paid for, and here we are addressing it just for you. Hope the money was worth it.
Man, this is so embarrassing to watch. This guy is just destroying his reputation here and his credibility. Like, there's no way he actually believes this. He's just trying to think of some way out of it, and I guess this is the plan he had, but this is just making him look even worse. And I think I'm starting to believe that Tim was the one who was actually paid by a PR team to try to take some of the pressure off Eliza, because now the story's just turning into Tim. Like, why is Tim trying to cover for her so badly? Like, this is so weird. Trying to make up this whole thing, like this giant conspiracy theory about this, and that's why he didn't want to talk about it. Like, does he actually think that people would believe that? Because also, if he just talked about it, this story might be over by now. Like, him not talking about it is what's dragging it on so long. Like, how hard is it to just make a 15-minute video talking about it? Like, you already talk about complete nonsense that nobody cares about. Why not just talk about this that everybody wants you to talk about? He makes like 5 videos a day. He does a podcast every day. It shouldn't be that much of an inconvenience to talk about this for just a couple minutes. Like, it's crazy. Clearly, he's trying to hide something, or he's trying to cover for her, or she has some dirt on him. I don't know what's going on here. It's so bizarre.
And so people are like, why won't Tim talk about it? Because you know what, man? I caved. The PR firm guys are sitting in their room in West Hollywood laughing their asses off saying, we got it. It normally costs, how many tens of thousands of dollars or how many thousands of dollars to get a promotional push on Timcast. He just came out and talked about it for 10 minutes for us. Congratulations, guys. You work for a PR firm. You've made her more famous than she's ever been.
Yeah,
more famous than she's ever been. There you go. But the reality is most of the people spamming us, they're not real people. Like, a lot of people are. a lot of people are not. So you get, one guy makes 10 accounts, you get 5 guys, you get 50 accounts. They post comments, they accuse you, they create a perception. Then they start sending those comments to journalists saying, please write about this.
And this is so insulting to his fans. Like, he thinks these people are stupid enough to believe all this. And then also he's insulting them by saying they fell into this PR trap and they're dumb enough to promote her by accident or whatever. And they're getting paid or something. I don't know what's going on here. Like, apparently all of Tim's fans are paid bots because he says everyone talking about this, everyone commenting, trying to get him to talk about it. That's like everybody, all of his fans. If you read the comments for this video, they're all talking about this and criticizing Tim. So I guess he has a lot of paid bots for fans. And it's funny because I mentioned Def Noodles earlier, but he's pulling a Def Noodles move right here by saying this. When Def Noodles got criticized, like when he was having his meltdown, he was saying everyone criticizing him, they're just troll accounts, they're not real fans. Tim's doing the same shit. He's saying that all these people criticizing him are just paid bots trying to promote Eliza Blue. He's taking the page right out of Def Noodles' book, and we saw how well that worked for him. Like, if Tim continues to go down this route of like trashing his fans and talking about how they're paid bots and they're falling into this trap, it's not going to end well. And then after this podcast, he went on Twitter to cope and he started putting out these really cringy tweets. He tweeted, "Stop being obsessed with me. Everyone is trying to date me." God, it's so embarrassing. He's really turning into Def Noodles. And he could have avoided this so easily by just making like a 10-minute video talking about her. I don't know where he's going to go from here. He should have a podcast tonight. I wonder if he's going to address it at all or apologize or maybe double down. Like, I think at this point, dude, you just need to give it up. You need to be like, all right, sorry, I should have covered it. And just like say maybe what happened last night, that meltdown you had, maybe your beanie was too tight that day or something. I don't know. Just try to get out of it because this is not going well. And I would imagine the people in his chat are just going to continue to make fun of him and people are going to continue to dislike his video and comment and talk about how Tim's a simp and stuff. It'll be interesting to see how he handles it. So that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you want any extra content, make sure you check out the Patreon. The link will be in the description. I have a bunch of videos up there. And yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. Then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you at the next video.